Howdy, folks. Since I got together with you the last time, I've had another birthday. I'm now 73. Thanks for asking. I also have a new left knee, having that replaced about 5, 6 days ago, and having previously gotten the right knee taken care of back in March. And so I'm getting better all the time. But you're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about what is going on. So let's get right to it. This coming weekend, the 27th of April, we have actually no less than four things for you to choose from in the Northeast and a couple others that are fairly close. The one I am going to, which is naturally the one I'm going to start with, is the New York Arm Wars, which will take place in Fishkill, New York. This is being run by Steve Fernandez and the Tri-State folks, and their second tournament. The first one, if those of you who went to that, they had a nice time. They were in kind of two smaller rooms, so they are moving this time. They really just were surprised by the crowds that showed up, and so we're moving still in Fishkill, but we're going to be at the Hyatt House in Fishkill. We'll be running two tables at that. I'm going to be helping run the brackets for that, and we expect to have the standard weight classes among the men, the usual 154, 176, and so forth. For they'll also have women and kids, if once again depending who shows up. For the men, the pro and the masters classes, $40 an arm. For the amateur, $30. Women are $20. There will be a 3-pound weight allowance on the various weight classes, and they are going to have a $100 award for first place. They don't indicate if that's just first place pro or first place, all of them, but certainly some of them will, besides the regular awards, you will have the cash payout at that one in Fishkill. So possibly see you there. Also going on is that was the Tri-State folks running that. Well, there's another Tri-State one at the other end of our region. This is the Ohio Tri-State tournament. The Tri-States in this case, presumably being Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. Those are the closest ones. That will be in Loveland, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cincinnati. And in that case, $35, which will be for $35 for the first arm. If you pull two, you get the second one. You basically get two for $60. They're also going to have cash payouts in that tournament, as well as the awards, as long as the class has 5 or more in it. And in that case, they do mention specifically that the cash payouts will be for the various classes, not just pro, although pro will be a larger amount of cash for that. They do have 5 classes in the open, starting at 0 to 160 and working the way up to 241 plus will be the supers in that case. Amateur 3 classes, women open at the moment. Masters 40 plus, and that will have 2 classes splitting at 200, and the kids basically depends on 3 classes, but of course that will vary depending on who shows up. They also do have a number of super matches at that, and so this, like I say, that was the Ohio Tri-State in Loveland, Ohio. There's actually several things going on in that area. Kind of unfortunate, although the second one that popped up, really, I guess they couldn't move it because it's at a fair. But the Ohio Sitdown tournament is taking place at the Pike County Fairgrounds in Piketon, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half east of the Cincinnati tournament. There they will have the both right and left arm for the pro. The standard classes there, amateur also right and left arm. But only, 176, 210, 240, and 241 plus. Women masters and kids are right arm only. The women having 2 classes splitting at 155. The masters, let's see, what do we have masters? 180, 220, and 221 plus. And then the kids, going by age. And that is, so it's $30 for the first arm. $25 for additional arms. And as I say, that is in the sit-down format. We may have lost, I was, of course, at the sit-down nationals short time back. We may have lost a couple of people from Ohio for that because folks figured they'd rather go to sit-down. little bit closer to home. I also understand that there is a third tournament also within about a 2-hour radius in Kentucky. So the folks out in that corner of the region have certainly a good number of choices to pick from. The other tournament, however, in our area is the Vermont Shield folks are running an event once again at the Morrisville VFW in Morrisville, Vermont. There they have several super matches, at least 3 super matches at that. One of them being a father and son match with Garrett Tupper, who is the son, and Glenn Tupper, his dad, are having a challenge match at that one. Besides the super matches, they will have men's, women's arm wrestling tournament to follow the super matches. Men are both right and left with 3 classes, 170, 210, and 211 plus. Women are right arm only, and that's splitting at 150 pounds. A real bargain at that one, $15 per arm. So if you're up in the Vermont area, you might want to check that out. Once again, all of these being on the 27th of April. Week following that, on May the 4th, is 98's own Battle at Antietam. Same locations we had the Battle at Antietam last year. It's at the Antietam Brewery in Hagerstown, Maryland, conveniently located really just within a mile off of Interstate 81, fairly close to Interstate 70. And so, as I say, that will be on the afternoon of the 4th. We expect that we'll probably be running 2 tables there as well. I'll be running brackets for that one. Men's fee $30 for men, $20 for women. Kids are free, and we did have good number of kids last year as well. Pro will be the standard classes. Masters and grandmasters are just 2 and novice. We're going to have novice this year, and all 3 of those are 2 classes splitting at 199 and 200. Masters in this case is going to be 40 plus, grandmasters 49 plus, and as I say, we'll also have a novice class there as well. Women, we expect to have 4 classes if we get enough women to show up for that, namely at 135, 154, 176, and 177 plus. Kids basically will depend on who shows up. Kids and teens, in this case, defined as being 17 years of age or younger. As I say, that is Battle at Antietam on the 4th of May. The week after that, I'll actually be going over to New Jersey. Knuckles Up is having another one of their great super match events, Knuckles Up 3. That is in Fort Lee, New Jersey. They are in a different location, however. Last couple, they've been at the same hotel. Here, they're actually going into a place called the Barrymore Film Center, which they note is a 250-seat cinema and museum. And the museum recognizes the birthplace of the American film industry in Fort Lee, which was news to me. The only thing I knew Fort Lee for was, if you're of a certain age, you may recall that on Saturday Night Live, they were always getting this letter from Mr. Richard Fetter of Fort Lee, New Jersey, who was writing it with some stupid remark. But in any event, so that will, like I say, that will be the tournament. I'm not going to list who all. They have some really great names, both local people and a number of national champions from throughout the world. And take a look at their site. I'm not going to basically list them because, quite frankly, I'm sure I'd forget somebody. They get upset with me, and since they're all bigger than me and could beat me up, including the women, and they do have at least one women's super match. I'm not. You can basically take a look at the names yourself, but take my word for it that you have some really good matches, going on here. If you're interested in going to that personally, that is going to see it live, you can go to eventbrite.com, EVENTBRITE, eventbrite.com, as I did earlier this evening, and pick up your tickets for that event. And I really recommend you might want to take a look at High Five and that particular event on the 11th of May. The week after that, the 18th, we have 2 items I can talk about here. Naturally, I'll talk about the one I'm going to be at first, and that is the War at the Shore, which will take place at the Showboat in Atlantic City, New Jersey. They do have special rates if you're coming from a distance and want to stay overnight. They do have special rates. Especially, you can see the code on their event page for getting special rate at the Showboat. There, the most of the weight classes are $50, except kids. Kids are basically free, as are Ultra Grandmasters. Ultra Grandmasters being defined as 70 and greater. If we get some old folks there, which I can say because, as previously noted, I just turned 73. I don't know if I'll be pulling, but I'll be helping with the brackets that one as well. What they're going to be doing there is, among others, let's see, uh, you'll pay for the first four if you pull multiple classes. You say it's $50. However, if you are one of these people that likes to pull multiple classes and you're light enough that you can pull multiple classes, I can only pull heavy and super and going up. But if you do that, the first four classes you pay for. After that, if you want to pull 6 or 8 or whatever, all classes above the first four are free. And basically, what they have there, a little bit different on the classes. And this is similar to, I believe, what we did. This is Sean Boom Hancock doing this. I believe we had the same classes at the Maryland States that 98 helped him run back in February. Men's class is 155, 172, 190, 210, 230, 260. So if you are, heavier than supers does not start till 261 plus. Ladies class is 138, 154, 170, and 171 plus. Masters, which I believe is 40 years of age there. 3 classes, 190, 230, and 231. Ultra Grand Masters is open. And as is usual at the tournaments run by Boom, the PAL tournaments, pros will go first. So if you are a pro that basically is kind of tired about showing up and we have to work our way through the amateurs and the novice and everybody else first, pros go first at that particular tournament. The same day that is taking place out on Long Island will be that's taking place at Atlantic City, but out on Long Island, there will be the Jason Vale tournament. As usual, that is a tournament in which everybody starts every round in the straps because Jason Vale was a master of that. This is, brothers Bisman and Black are running that one as per usual. I really don't have all that much information on that as far as weight classes. One thing I do have as far as information, which will please some folks, is it is not nearly as far out on the island as it has been in the past. It's at New Hyde Park, New York, which is in actually in Nassau County, fairly close to the New York City line, where prior to this, the previous events had been a little bit farther out, which made it somewhat distant for the folks coming from off of Long Island. But as I say, that is the other one on the 18th of May. And on the 25th of May, I don't have a whole pile of information on this one either, but the Virginia Arm Wrestling League folks, VAL, are running VAL War in Mechanicsville, Virginia. I passed by the Mechanicsville exit on my way to Sitdown Nationals a couple of weeks ago, so I can tell you it's a little bit farther south than their previous tournaments, which were in Ruther's Glen, which was right on 95. This is somewhat off of Interstate 64 on your way to Virginia Beach and the Norfolk area. What I can tell you is, let's see, the standard classes, I can tell you that much. They do the men's standard classes, $30 an arm. Women are open. Women's an open class, and women pull for free. So as I say, that is the 25th of May. And I think that's about as far as I'm going to talk about tonight. As you will see on the list, which is tied in below this video, as it always is, things are starting to fill up for the summer. In fact, at present, I know of a total of 9 events going on during 4 different weekends of June. And there's actually one weekend in June that doesn't have anything on the list yet, but I know of something that, assuming they can get the venue, will be something going on that weekend as well. So things are starting to, fill up there, and that does have a couple, big events as well, but I'll talk about those next month.